Okay, just a little update on my control movements, my buttons. I made a slight mistake. I was playing my game, and there's two things I need to change in here. One, I was playing it, and I thought, why is it that I can't seem to get the button to go up when I was doing up? It was working, but it doesn't seem to go with the up button. The down was fine, but up didn't seem to work, and I was really stuck on it. I found the solution. And so, if you followed my tutorials, you'll want to make one change here. So right now I have the cursor touch is on the up button. Great. Simulate pressing up for player. I want to add an action, which is um, simulate a ladder key press and on the player object. I also found it worked best when I did the order was so up button, simulate pressing ladder for player, simulate pressing up for player. That seemed to fix it. The second thing I had, and you probably noticed it, is oh, why isn't it hiding the buttons? When I press play, you saw the buttons. Well, the problem was the second problem is I had down here at the beginning of the scene, the device is a mobile device. So I also put that in here at the beginning of the scene if the device is a mobile device, and I need to put the slider in this way. I had for the invert condition. So both those will work. Now, if I press play, you won't see the buttons, um, which is great. So two things I needed to change. One, I needed to change the controls for the buttons, and the other is I needed to so invert the selection. So the two things I changed here, let me just go through it. Up button, simulate pressing ladder and pressing up. The two things have to happen. And then the other thing to get rid of the controls is at the beginning of the scene, I need to check if it's a mobile device, and I need to make sure that the invert condition is slider is over. Okay, so make those two changes to the buttons, and hopefully that will fix things up. Whoa, one last thing. I also noticed after I played mine that I needed to, in the scene, I needed to move the buttons a little farther apart. They were too close together because my mobile device, I guess, has a higher resolution, and so it so even though on here it looks like the buttons are huge and they're going off the screen, when I actually played it on my phone, um, they were too close together, and my fingers are a bit fat. So two things to change, and hopefully you can get it to work.